Love will find you, but stop hiding. My mother always told me to wait, be patient, love will come to you. If and when I hear this today, I cannot help but think this is the furthest idea from the truth. Either it is my innate need to rebel against my mother's advice, or it is my sense of self being defined enough to know that love will find you is not the love I want. I don't strive for the staple white picket fence, the mortgage, 2 kids, and a flat screen TV 2 inches bigger than my neighbor's. My white picket fence is not a place or a thing. It is a feeling, a way of being. My hallmark family is defined by how we live our lives and treat the world around us, not building up a literal and metaphysical wall to create a new world, isolated from the paved streets filled with others, also hiding in their homes, feet from one another. My ideal love is able to live in the world in front of me, to be present for the ups and downs, and to feel every day as intensely as the last. I have written many things about two people's timelines, like, is your life moving on the same timeline as mine in another podcast, and how that can affect your ability to love, and that once you do, love is not enough. The question I often struggle with then is, how do you find love then? We seem to be okay with it finding us, but someone has to be doing the hunting. If it isn't me, who is it? If your mother taught you the same thing, be patient, love will come to you, then aren't we just in a form of stasis, destined never to meet one another? If you do run into a situation where there's a potential for love, should you grab it by the head, or should you act like a child and pull its hair, running away giggling, in hopes that it got the clue? We often use words like clingy or intense to define those who show their true intentions up front when it comes to the topic. I come off as a little kid yelling, "Mom, Mom, Mom," still, but I'm just excited about most new things and people in my life. I find it to be a tricky tightrope to walk, not only for the other person and to not scare away the deer who might have heard the twig break, but to also keep your own guard and not get trampled by an idea of love. To keep the balance of self versus infatuation, letting it breathe and grow naturally, but also adding wood to the stove before it burns out too quick. Finding someone else regardless of the social constraints. Who pays the bills? Who buys the first drink? When you split the bill? Who sends the first message? Who texts first? Who calls first? Who says I love you first? What does it all really matter or mean in the long run? In an organic situation, you will find someone attractive and then subsequently judge them based on who they are. What you do in that moment is almost irrelevant, since if when you decide one day to spend the rest of your lives together, today is going to be a distant memory. You will remember feelings, looks, and exchanges. You won't remember the taste of the food or the price of the wine. Things change, jobs change, we change, but our connections grow, and to grow together surpasses the social confines of a date. We shouldn't put so much pressure on the first impressions or circumstances rather than the person right in front of us, the thing that is most important. So maybe that is the answer to letting love find us. Allowing yourself to be open, vulnerable, and safe all at once in that moment with the person, regardless of the place, time, or everyday needs bestowed upon you as a human being. Listening to them and them to you. Letting go of your body to be yourself and actually see them and you in the full picture before making a judgment or acting on an impulse. We don't have to meet at the pinnacle of perfection. We just have to meet. Then we have to be open to communication and understanding. Then, if whatever interested us at our first spark is strong enough as we travel along on our own lifelines, we will actually become two people who encourage and inspire one another. I think for the rare few, love maybe will find them, but for the rest of us, it takes work. No, not crunch your deadline at your job work, but remembering their birthday work and making moments in time by giving up some of your time.